Do or Die, you know what I'm saying? Twister, Johnny Make Cash, a lot of people did a lot of shows. Now, for him being who he is in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, it's very hard. You don't have the resources and shit like that. And what he giving y'all is a breakdown of how Chicago really is and how motherfuckers move. Our city is full of hate. And
It
basically,
is.
the music scene, tell them about the music scene from your point of view.
The music scene a popularity contest. It's about who's more popular and whoever's coattails bigger, I guess. The real music, the real people get looked over to motherfuckers who got watches, chains, and Gucci and ain't never been through shit compared to the motherfucker that been out here grinding their ass off and putting every little piece of their mind and body and soul to this shit.
Exactly. And you know those niggas that, you know, one thing about Chicago, niggas will see you doing your thing and tell them about niggas won't even give you a feature with it.
Nope.
Niggas be acting so Hollywood and they supposed to be home team. Niggas don't rock with home team.
Nah. Nah, if it don't benefit them, it don't work.
True.
And that's what's fucked up. Bro, every other city got unity. Every other person, every other place you could go to, and there's some type of structure to their music scene. Somebody somewhere trying to get somewhere to, you feel me, to benefit and make themselves grow, but everybody sitting in Chicago, motherfuckers feel like you got the most money and all this. You could buy your way to the spot that's not gonna get you the respect that you deserve.
On me.
When there's been niggas like me and you that been out here and grinding every show since Red Diamond was doing shows.
Real talk.
You feel me? A lot of motherfucking niggas. I've been doing shows since the Rap Factory was around. And if niggas in the city don't know what the Rap Factory is, you ain't been in the game long enough.
I forgot all about the Rap Factory. That bitch used to go down.
Mm-hmm.
To go down. You had to be somebody to be in that motherfucker.
Right. Big Mel the Hustler all the time putting on the biggest, dopest shows.
For anybody don't know about the Chicago scene with the clubs and shit, tell them about like how the clubs used to be first wise. Your experience of like doing the shows in Chicago club. Like, oh,
man, if everybody could just be cool and learn how to have a good time, it'd be better. But one thing I will say, the evolution of the way shit's been going lately is I see a lot more younger artists that are now coming into it, doing what we should have been doing, they putting their foot on everything they could get themselves into. And this new generation of artists are definitely not afraid to invest in themselves. And that's the best thing I love about it. Cause we in a game that at the end of the day, if you don't have it to invest in yourself, nobody gonna want to look at you. Cause if you can't invest in yourself, why should anybody else?
True. That's definitely how it is. I describe people the suburbs out in Maywood, like you said, out there in Maywood and shit too. Like how that shit is out there for a lot of people don't know that's on the outside looking in Chicago.
I'ma leave it at one statement. That's 21 blocks of hell. 21 blocks of straight hell.
Like break it down to them. Like a lot of people don't get it. A lot of these people slow and obsolete. You know what I'm saying? What you mean by 21 blocks of hell? Like,
man, you go through Maywood acting the wrong way, you gonna get we call that motherfucker the woods for one reason. You go in there acting crazy, you gonna get left in the woods. People know Maywood is a court district, man. You go outside them court districts, that's your ass. If you come approaching shit the wrong way, rest in peace, my nigga, yeah, White, up, motherfucking Maywood legend.
And what type of gangs out there in Maywood? Like, gangs out there?
There's Latin Kings, there's Blackstones, there's BDs, there's GDs. You feel me? There's a couple little maniacs and stuff that try to come and slide over from Bellwood, but nothing too crazy.
They from there or they from Chicago as well?
Man, they be mixed up. Like there's motherfuckers that is really from there, but then there's other niggas that were just lived over there and came up over in the neighborhood type shit.
True that. You ever been to jail before?
Been to jail? Yeah, I've been there once.
How was that experience?
I was smart enough not to go back.
What jail you went to?
Man, I was in Cook County. I was locked up in the county. I did a year and a half in the county on a burglary.
And how was Cook County for you? Like, what was your to show everybody, like, describe Cook County?
Man, low key, a lot of people make it seem a lot worse than it is, but if you involved in the gang shit, you gotta do your gang shit. Put your motherfucking foot down and do your work. But if you a neutron and you're not involved in that, stay being a neutron and not involved in that, because once you on count, ain't no turning back from that one.
Real talk. Real
See,
talk.
one thing that motherfuckers know about me, and my name ring bells even in jail to this day. My homie just came home, and he was telling me my music and my work ethic speaks louder than my gang history, because I've given motherfuckers an outlet and given motherfuckers a chance to get on here and do something with it, and I couldn't help any other motherfucker that didn't want to help themselves.
Definitely.
So like, there's a lot of people that sit there and Bodene ain't this, Bodene and that. Ask them before they started talking shit how cool they was with me before they felt some type of way because I couldn't help them no longer when they couldn't help themselves.
Right. I can't say you've been working your ass off. That's the reason why I'm having this conversation with you right now, because you definitely put in a lot of work in Chicago. And a lot of times people are not in tune with the artist, you know what I'm saying? They always go off the music, but they don't go off who the person is. They don't know the person, you know what I'm saying? And right now, this is all about you, my brother, you know what I'm saying? And I want these people to know that you definitely is a Chicago legend, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't touch bases with the people that you touched is. Go on and get them a list of, like, a lot of people that you work with, feature with, as well as that. Go on and toot your horn, my nigga. Like,
Man, I've worked shit. Let's get this shit started. I started with Do or Die, Crucial Conflict,
let's go. Great.
Jeremiah, EBE Bands, Johnny Maycash, Chop, Bueller, motherfucking Hypno Carlito, R.I.P. my brother Duck. Like, man, me and Duck in the studio countless times. Demo Cash, Murph Dilly,
Shout out there.
YBN the Mirror, motherfucking Lufo, Cago Leaks.
Rest in peace, Big Clout.
Man, I miss that man every fucking day, bro. I missed his ass call. Where you at, bitch? What you on, hoe? I mean, if you don't sit your tall ass down somewhere.
Like, you was in the studio with Duck, like, how that was working with Duck, because, like, you was an artist yourself. Like, how it was, like, working with those artists, and who's, like, your favorite artist that you was working with?
My favorite artist that I've been working with, I will say, is Jeremiah, bro. Jeremiah is one of the best people to be locked in the studio, especially when it's him and Murph together. Like, Murph Dilly is one of my favorite Chicago artists. I feel like a lot of people sleep on Murph, but Murph just signed a deal with Jeremiah. So, like, working with those two in the same studio, bro, is a fucking riot. It goes from a studio session to the songs are done. All right, come on, we finna go get some Heralds or some off the wall shit you never expect. You feel me? So I will say, working with Jeremiah, man, the new projects that he got coming out, man, they hits. I wish I could broadcast the people he working with, but
Yeah.
let's just say these new projects and salute to him beating COVID. But ever since he beat COVID, that shit put a bigger pep in his step to the new music that he got coming out. It's so ridiculous. And I'm glad to be a part and know what I know about that.
Man, salute to you, and love from Chicago, man. And you said you was working with Big Clout. How it was working with Big Clout? Rest in peace, Duck, man.
Bro, working with Big Clout was a fucking session. I can't even say it was a recording session because we go start recording. Next thing you know, the song's done. You don't even pay attention to how fast the shit done went. And you 10 boxes of backwoods in. And it's like 3, 4 in the morning. You're like, bro, I gotta go. I can't be here no more. I gotta go home.
How long did it take to make a song?
Man, Duck was quick. Duck would work fast, especially if it was something that he knew. Like, he come in there and get that shit done quick as hell.
Real talk. And what was the song? You know, one of the songs I was working on now?
Man, I worked on 50 Bag with him and Demo Cash, and a lot of times that Duck would come, bro. There was a lot of times that Duck wouldn't even come and record. He'd just come and kick it.
That song hard. A lot of people overlook that song. That song hard. That was the nasty.
Man, low key. I wish I could have said I did more to that, but that was all Murph. Murph did all the engineering on that song. I was just hold on, Bo. I'm finna go smoke the square. Jump on the table real quick. Like, I didn't do as much as I wanted to, but I was there. I got to help out when motherfuckers was trying to drink and play dice, and that shit was hard.
Real
But
talk.
Damo Cash, man, I will say Damo Cash, motherfucking Young Nino, the whole heavy squad, like them boys going crazy.
On me.
Them boys going hella dumb right now. But for a lot of people, I see a lot of people on here, like a lot of people don't know, but I worked with the whole OTF camp too. I don't got nothing bad to say about it. I just wish a lot of shit would be different. But a lot of people don't know, but I was with Durkin a week before he got killed. When I was down in Atlanta, chopping up. We was at a video shoot. But everybody knows how close me and Duck were. I got Duck tatted on me. So you feel me? That's always gonna be a conflict of interest. But everybody who knows me, I'm an engineer and I'm gonna work with who I work with. But I never put none of my peoples in a situation where they're gonna have to see each other and have to handle whatever they got. Because that's not my shit. I'm the engineer. Okay, you come in this time, I'm gonna make sure that nobody knows you. Half the time that I got people in here, I don't even let them know they here till after the session done.
Right.
That's just the way I move. I don't want to put nobody's life in danger. Whatever motherfuckers got going on in the street, keep that shit out the studio.
True.
We here to work. You feel me? If we cool, we cool. I'm cool with everybody. But I don't let nobody talk down on my homies the same way I wouldn't let nobody talk down on anybody else, because that shit ain't cool. We don't get nowhere doing that.
Real shit. And you work with Hypno Colito too. How that work was working with Hypno Colito?
Man, Hypno's dope. Like I will say, the one thing I'll say about Hypno is when I have worked with him, he's made me look at my engineering a little bit more different. Like there's a lot of shit that I knew, but I thought I was smarter and like, nah, we could do it this way. That Hip ended up, nah, bro, try it like this. And that shit always was, it was always an experience with Hip. Like every time we go from chilling and smoking to recording the song, and that recording the song would turn into a whole different Pro Tools lesson that I didn't know on the way that he would record.
True. And out of all games that you had chose, what made you choose to be a Black Peace Company?
Man, I just love, I love to take care of my people. I'm all about taking care of the people. I'm all about making sure that you feel me, shit gets done the right way, because the way that the gang structures is now. Come on, Lord, you already know what it is. Back in early 2000s, late 90s, wasn't none of the old schools letting none of this shit happen. You get caught skipping school the wrong way, you finna get beat up. Nigga, take your ass to school and do something with yourself.
Real talk.
Now everybody's glorified the whole Chief Keef, all that drill shit, to the point where the older heads can't even get involved because the older heads don't want nothing to happen because these kids ain't got enough respect.
Real talk.
So as far as like that goes, like everybody who knows me, everybody knows I come to the neighborhood. When I come out, I come help my people out. You'll never catch me out there doing no extra dumbass shit unless it's needed. But when I come to the neighborhood, I come to help out in functions and different outlets. If they doing it back to school, or even if it's just the shorties out there selling waters, man, I'm coming to drop off a case of water to y'all.
Real talk. And describe Chicago. Like, is Chicago really a dangerous place to be at? Or you can...
It's only dangerous if you make it dangerous on yourself. If you're not involved with none of the goofy shit, and you're not out here flashing shit that motherfuckers want, there ain't nothing dangerous about it. As long as everybody stays in their own lane, a lot of people look at Chicago and being, oh, Chicago's just so crazy. They're just out there shooting everybody. A lot of people don't realize all these shootings is personal beef. A lot of these shootings is somebody, and we the only city that goes and shoots somebody for shooting somebody that shot at somebody. You feel me? Like, Chicago's not what it is at the same time, because Chicago's fucked up. You come out here flexing like you got it, and these shorties see that, they're gonna take it. I think we proved that with all the carjackings that's been going on. These shorties out here just taking shit with no care in the world. But if you coming out here to live your regular life, and you working, you got a job, and you not involved in the gang shit, motherfuckers gonna leave you alone. People could tell by the way you carry yourself. That goes for any. It's all about the way you carry yourself. If you carry yourself a certain way, niggas gonna test that.
Right.
If you going about your everyday life being a regular civilian, what could people do that? What could people do for you? You feel me? Or what could people do to you that you ain't getting yourself involved in?
On me.
So as far as Chicago being dangerous, it ain't dangerous. It's only dangerous if you make it.
On me. So what about the music scene? Like niggas always think like
Oh,
Chicago.
the music scene's dangerous. The music to be a rapper in Chicago right now is just as dangerous as being a cop.
And what makes
That,
you say that? And what make you say that?
man, because everybody want to beef. If you doing better than the next person, that person under you want to get their attention in the wrong way, and next thing you know, either somebody getting hurt, a club getting shut down, or both people are gone.
That's fact. That's fact. That's fact.
It's dangerous to be a rapper right now because, and the worst part about it is the rappers that are trying to stay out the way and trying to be like, nah, I don't got no part of that, but let me try to help you in this way. We get taken advantage of because now we too nice and people think that they can step all over us and do what they want. And we should, because they pay us, that we supposed to work on their terms. Like, nah, man, we run a business. You don't book a session with a hairstylist, go get half your shit done, be like, I don't like it, and ask for a deposit back.
Right.
You better go on somewhere. That shit ain't cool.
Right. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. That's crazy. And describe like how motherfuckers be in Chicago, like first why the music thing. Like you got a lot of people that don't want to invest in themselves. They don't want to pay for the studio time.
There's a lot of motherfuckers that is real Hollywood that never been to Hollywood, let alone outside their neighborhood. Never been nowhere, but they feel like they the rawest and they got the bro. If I had $1 for each time that somebody said, bro, when I get on, I'm gonna take you with me, I'd probably be on. You feel me? I'm not broke. I'm comfortable, but I'd be rich as hell for all the motherfuckers that be like, bro, once I'm on, you're on too.
Real talk. Real talk. So what you got going on? What's going on for the future for you right now? Because you've been in the game for like a nice little minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the things that you got going on? Like, where you see yourself in the next 5 years from now?
Man, in the next 5 years, I see myself taking my t-shirt studio business out to the West Coast. You feel me? I done did Florida, I done did Atlanta. You feel me? I think right now my best bet is eventually I'm gonna try to push the movement to Vegas. I'm gonna do like the Raiders and I'm going to Vegas.
Why Vegas? Why not just stay in Chicago?
Ain't nothing in Chicago. We can try to sit here and say all we want that Chicago could be this and could be that. Chicago could only be what you make it. Chicago right now, ain't nobody getting nowhere with all the hate and all the beef that everybody got with each other. That limits people. And not only does it limit people, it limits the city because everybody as outsiders looking in don't want to take a chance on working with us because we become a liability to them if something goes wrong.
Really?
There's no room to grow. Bro, Chicago is the barrel with the crabs in it. You know how they say there's crabs in a barrel? That's Chicago. Chicago is the barrel.
I agree. I agree. What you think about all this social media with all these trolls and all this social media shit? Like back then, you know, we had to do shit the hard way. Sell the CDs, promote the CDs, go in the club, get the DJs to play this and do that and third. Like, how do you think about this shit right now?
Man, it's crazy because everybody loves the media streams and all that, bro. We're getting ripped off. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. We was making more money selling CDs. I was just telling my wife. Me and my wife was just having this conversation because I got a bunch of blank CDs. I'm getting ready to drop the album. I was like, man, I'm gonna make a bunch of CDs. My wife, that's too old school. Right? Man, motherfuckers still got respect for the old school because there ain't nothing like selling your CDs out the trunk. Man, from artists like T.I. to Young Jock, motherfucking Young Dro, all the crunk artists, how the hell did everybody do or die? Twisted, how everybody, man, motherfuckers just selling their shit out the trunk.
What make
You feel me? But now we live in the age of Spotify and iTunes and all that, man. Fuck that. You never know where that person could be at 20 years from now after you done bought that CD and you have that first original copy. You feel me? That you like, bro, when I drop this album, I have that original copy.
What make you say fuck them? Like, don't go to the sites and nothing like that. That you feel like that's a middleman? That's a way to cut off the
Yeah.
middleman.
Bro, you can look at it. Look at how much we get taken from us off of each stream. You feel me? You look at it, majority of those companies is making more off of us than we making in general.
Right.
We getting taxed to post our crap that is on a free site. YouTube started off as something free.
Right.
DistroKid, okay. Everybody who has a DistroKid or TuneCore, I salute y'all. Do that shit yourself. Independent is the best way to go. But make sure you know how you're doing what you're doing right. Because these motherfucking managers and all these people, there's loopholes of everything, and they'll get you before you make anything.
Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. On everything. That was some real last shit right there. I hope everybody eat that up and actually, you know what I'm saying?
Like, main thing, a lot of these people, like YouTube beats, it's okay to use. If you up and coming using YouTube beats, cool. Once you get in the game and you start learning these split sheets and the actions that certain producers could take on you for certain shit, bro, this shit's hectic and you'll lose a lot of money before you gain it. And I've seen a lot of people give this shit up because they couldn't handle that pressure.
And what you feel like the bloggers, do you feel like the bloggers be mostly instigating most of the beats, the shit be going on, or they be really trying to help the artist?
No, they're instigators. Their job is to instigate to make a better story. They can't get it. They can't make the story any better if it calms down and they're helping the artist. No, they need to instigate it so it becomes a bigger story and it becomes something more for them to sell.
It's crazy how they just randomly just pick Chicago and they don't pick no other states like Memphis, Detroit, and dig into them and make motherfucking autobiographies and all this.
And if you look at the murder rates, we're not number one in the murder rates at all. We're like number 50 something. Memphis and them southern states are beating us in murder rate. St. Louis is number one on the murder rates right now. Like, a lot of people want to pick on Chicago. You know why? Because we got everybody broadcast their drama. Everybody broadcasting their beef. So what does that do? It makes a story for the writers to come write about us.
And why do you think everybody do that? Because that's still like that's the easy way for them to get out. Because you know
it makes people pay attention. Because once people are paying attention, then okay, now they're watching the drama. The drama unfolds. Oh wait, they do music. View.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I feel like right now, if a motherfucker do stay in Chicago, the best thing to do is to take your shit on the road. Because Chicago is like no place like home. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we born into the shit. What we have to do, carry the guns, the this, and the third. Like, everybody a good person until they, get out there in them streets. And it's like a lot
of the part that kills me, all these kids that want to be from Chicago, want to be hood niggas from Chicago, not knowing that us niggas that grew up in the hood is trying to get the fuck away from it. We done dealt with the trials and tribulations. We don't want nothing to do with the hood. As these new kids now is glorifying everything Dirk and the trap rap community doing. Not knowing that, bro, we've been trying to escape this shit forever. Dirk ain't talking about what he doing right now. Dirk talk about shit he did to get away from shit. You feel me? And that's the part that been driving me crazy, is watching all these kids want to become gang members because of the dumb shit they see. And I used to be one of the kids back in the day. How was music influencing? Now being in the music game, I could see how people could say it influences the kids, because these kids running around here with fucking guns bigger than them.
But it's crazy, like, how could people want to follow somebody else and look at somebody else and want to be like them and want to be them? Like, it's like people don't even want to be themselves no more.
Bro, and I never understood that growing up. My pops was always on my ass about me being myself. Can't be nobody else. You don't want to have nobody else's problem. Be yourself.
Like, everybody look alike, everybody dress alike, they sounding alike, and they wonder why the other people and the other ones getting on, because they different.
Exactly.
They stand out. They different. I mean, they didn't
right.
grab the keys and the little dirts, and they didn't grab the who was that? The Drizzies and people like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like they left something else behind.
You see me working with